David Tosh Gitonga, you are the director of the film Nairobi Half-Life. It has broken box office records in this country, 3 months on our screens with people still dying to see it. You took it to the Durban Film Festival. Your lead actor, Joseph Wairimu, was voted Best Actor. You've won awards elsewhere, numerous awards. And recently, the New Yorker magazine, having established a new list, has named you one of the 8 most fascinating Africans on this continent for the year 2012. David, how did you become Tosh?
Tosh comes from my name, my second name, Gitonga. As I was growing up, my aunties, my sister, they all used to call me Gitosh.
Gitosh.
Yes, like they shortened my name Gitonga to Gitosh.
And Gitosh became Tosh.
And then over the years, then Gitosh was too long.
Yeah.
And it became Tosh.
So everybody now calls you Tosh.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So is the revelation of age, do you not reveal your age to people on screen, or is it a secret, or can you reveal it?
No. I'm 31 years old.
You're 31 years old.
I was born in 1981.
You were born in 1981.
Yes.
I'm trying to suggest that success has come to you early, Tosh. At 31, the most fascinating African on the continent. Isn't that a bit too soon?
I think from the targets that I've set for myself, I actually tend to think I'm late.
Right.
Because I am out here to make the film industry in Africa blossom and become something. Right. And that's what I really want to do. And we are still not there yet.
So may I ask when you began, if you're 31, what did you begin doing? Did you go to film school and all of a sudden just learn how to make films? How did you gravitate towards?
No, I mean, in Kenya, we don't really have film schools. What we have is journalism schools. And I got into film by accident. I had done marketing in school. And when I finished college, I needed some internship to work in an office. And it just so happened that my aunt, Jerry Karago, who was a producer in the States, had just come back and set up a studio. And she was interested in making, Kenyan films and changing the local industry. And so I started working with her, and I saw how the first film that she made, Dangerous Affair, how it came to life from nothing. We were sitting there, me and her, and she said, we're going to make a film. And we were watching this film called Dangerous Liaisons. It's an old film set in the 18th century. And that's how we decided Dangerous Affair was going to come about. And the whole process, until the film was made and into DVD, for me was just so fascinating and so much fun in making a film.
So you learned on the job?
Yes, I've been learning on the job.
What did you learn on the job? How to operate a camera? What did you learn on the job?
At first, I started by doing the small jobs like photocopying scripts, getting tea for the directors, and basically being on set. And eventually, I started finding myself more in the directing department.
Right.
And from there, I was a third assistant director dealing with extras. I worked on some big films where I was sent out there to lock traffic with a walkie-talkie.
Right.
It was the toughest job in this industry, is to go out there when you're shooting in the Samburu when it's hot.
Right.
And you're sent off to make sure the line of vision, no one crosses it.
Right.
And you sit there in the sun with your walkie-talkie. And funny enough, it was fun. We enjoyed. I was young then. I was 21, 22. I enjoyed myself. I got to travel.
Right.
And it's when I realized I'm not an office type.
Right.
I'm not the person to sit 9 to 5 jobs.
Right. You were going to become, this filmmaking was for you.
Yes.
Which is to say that therefore you've been in the industry for about 10 years.
Yes.
So you're being rewarded for 10 years of work.
Yeah.
Before Nairobi Half-Life, go one back, what would you have done just before you did Nairobi Half-Life?
What was I doing just before?
Yeah, just before.
It seems like it's the stuff I've done just placed itself.
Right.
just perfectly.
Yes.
Because I was an assistant director all this time. And then in 2010, I did my first
Assistant director for what?
different projects,
Different projects.
commercials,
Yes, commercials.
drama series.
Right.
And in 2010, when I made Nairobi Half-Life, I had just started my first directing experience, and
So it was in 20 after 10 years. You got how did you got enough money together to make a film? You
Not-
got we're led to believe that it takes 100 million shillings to make a film. It takes 1.2 million US dollars.
yeah, at least to
So
make.
so you made lots of money in 10 years. Is
No,
that the conclusion to be made?
no way. Nairobi Half-Life is out of an initiative
Right.
called One Fine Day Films that is led by Tom Tikva, it's a renowned director from Germany. It is an initiative that gives Africans a platform to tell their own stories. And I applied for it and went through a 2-week workshop, and I was selected to make the film. And Nairobi Half-Life just happened to be the kind of films I wanted to make. I believe that it just can't be documentaries about poverty and about hunger that can just be coming out of Africa. I mean, we watch a lot of Hollywood movies that just entertain us, and that's what I wanted to do. Entertain people, even if there will be a message in the film, but first and foremost, we'll be entertaining through film. That's what I really wanted to do.
So Tosh, very very quickly, because I'd much rather you told the story than me. I have seen the film, but for those who haven't, for those of our viewers who are far away and are looking forward to seeing it, without giving too much away, so that they still come and see it, what is the storyline of Nairobi Half-Life?
Well, Nairobi Half-Life is about a young boy who has always been fascinated by movies, and he lives in a village somewhere in Kenya, and he's just finished, say, high school, and he moves around the village selling DVDs. And the way he gets people to buy is by being the trailer himself. So he will reenact a scene in the movie on how it is to make people get the interest. And one day, a theater group comes through his village, and he's so impressed by the acting that they do and wants to join them. And one of the guys just tells him the only way for that to happen is for him to come to Nairobi. And so he packs his bags and comes to Nairobi, only to find that Nairobi is not what he expected. He gets robbed. And Nairobi Half-Life now is a story of him trying to pursue his dream of becoming an actor and also surviving at the same time, and the choices that he makes to survive in Nairobi.
Right. So but it's a grisly movie. It's a grim movie. It's entertainment, but comes at a price. I mean, this is he leads not a straightforward life. So, is this the entertainment you want to offer us? Ugly scenes from Nairobi?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, Nairobi, it's a story that is there. People living in Nairobi have somehow gone through, they've been mugged, they've lost a phone, or their side mirrors have been stolen. It's something that may have happened to them, happened to a friend. It's something they know.
Yes.
But they don't really know, what the story behind it.
Right.
Actually,
what leads people to this kind of lifestyle?
Yeah. And most of the people who have seen the film is there are a lot of people who didn't know that there was a life like that. Living this Nairobi.
Right.
So it's a different part of Nairobi. A lot of people didn't know. So you get entertained and you get educated at the same time.